Hey friends, it's Lisa. Welcome and thank you for watching another one of my videos. So today I am here sharing the candles that I have picked out for November of 2019. Now, I have been trying my hardest to not buy candles. It is such a hard thing for me because candles are one of my true joys in life and I don't have many of those. So I have been going through my collection, really trying to use and enjoy the things that I have already purchased. Now, when it comes to Christmas scents, I probably will go to the store and buy Christmas scents because a girl needs all the balsam and all the sugar cookie that one can handle. But I figured for November I would try my hardest to just go through what I have and pick out things. The scents that I have picked out may not scream fall and they may not scream Thanksgiving, but I kind of went with things that were food related or just felt really comforting, because to me that's what Thanksgiving is all about, and honestly that's what November is about, is Thanksgiving. But for me it is all about being comforted and having delicious food. So the first two things I have are actually from Kringle Candle. They are from their Daylight collection. And what their Daylights are, they are 1.25 ounce little candles like this. And why these Daylights are so great is that you can go ahead and try a scent. The candle only burns for maybe 10 hours. And that way you get that opportunity to try the scent in its candle form before committing and buying a more expensive candle. Kringles tend to be a more expensive candle company, so having these Daylights, which usually retail about $2 a piece, except for a few times a year when you can buy them for $1, is a great opportunity to try before committing. The first one I have is Fresh Baked Bread. Obviously, this is a very yeasty smelling candle, but in the best way. And the other one I have is Basil. And this is such a true to life scent for me. If you like fresh basil, you're gonna enjoy this candle. This one could definitely also be a spring or summer candle, but I just figured because it was food related, I could tie it into Thanksgiving. Now, Kringle makes a more affordable candle line called Country Candle, and they look exactly like Yankees. So this is the scent Gray. Basically, I think they created this scent when 50 Shades of Grey was very popular because it's a man in a suit. And I mean, if you took away kind of the cheesy label, you wouldn't even necessarily, I don't know. Like, I don't think the label design was needed, but okay. So gray, because that's like, what does gray smell like? The notes are top notes of amber cedarwood, mid notes of lemongrass and musk, and bottom notes of, or base notes of patchouli and sandalwood and vanilla. And this, oh my God. This is basically Soft Blanket from Yankee. This is a dupe for Soft Blanket, which Soft Blanket is now retired. So if you miss that scent, go with gray. And they also sell gray in the they also sell gray in the Kringle format, which is the pillar candles with the white paraffin. It's a little more expensive. So if you're just looking for the scent, I would definitely recommend the Kringle. I would definitely recommend the Country because I think it does have a little more personality. It has the gray wax, and it is also a 2-wick candle. And this is a little bit larger than a Yankee. Yankees are usually 22 ounces, and this is 24. So you're gonna get a little more wax, but a faster burn time because of the dual wicks. I have 2 candles this month from Bath & Body Works that I want to work through. This first one I've already started in a previous month, and it is French Baguette. This is going to tie very nicely with my Fresh Baked Bread from Kringle. And Bath & Body Works says this is warm baked bread, toasted crust, and fresh sea salt. And it is. I mean, if you're not into bread smelling candles, then you're not going to be into this. This is definitely one of their more, in my opinion, unique scents that is a little more outside of people's comfort zones, but I actually have this one and one other one that I bought when they were available. So I'm still working my way through it, but it is an interesting scent, but I think it ties in really well with Thanksgiving. This next one is a 3-wick candle. I've had this in my collection for quite some time because if you watch my candle videos, you know that I have not purchased a Bath & Body Works 3-wick candle in a minute because I think they're horribly designed. I think they don't burn as well as their 1-wicks. I think they're garbage, but I do have a few of them and I'm not going to throw them away just because I don't think they're the greatest. But this is Vanilla Bean, and I've had this for about 2 years now, and I keep telling myself, I'm going to save it for Christmas time. I'm going to save it for Christmas time. 2 Christmases ago, forgot about it. Last Christmas, I may have brought it out, but I didn't get around to it. So I'm bringing it out a little bit earlier this year, but I might not get to it this month. So at least now it is out in my office where it's more visible than in the basement. This is Madagascar Vanilla Bean, homemade marshmallow, and fresh steamed milk. What's crazy about this candle, and it actually has nothing to do with the candle itself, it's how I remember when I buy my candles. I remember for the most part like what I was doing and the whole experience because this kind of ties into the hobby. And I remember I was in a Bath & Body Works in New York where I was living at the time, and this candle was on the top shelf, label turnaround, and shoved all the way against the wall, and there were other candles of a different scent in front of it. And to me, this was clearly the case of, oh, maybe an employee or somebody who was shopping wanted this candle and didn't have the opportunity to buy it right then. So they figured by potentially hiding it, they would be able to come back. And I hated to be that person that bought that candle, but I had been looking for this one and there was none other in the store. So I was that person that found it in the back, pulled it out, and I was like, oh yes, the Vanilla Bean, and I bought it. So it smells amazing on cold. I'm sure I will have quite a different opinion of it once it's finished. This next candle is also a 3-wick, but it's not from Bath & Body Works. It is a Pier 1 3-wick, and this is fresh cut coriander. And did you know that coriander and cilantro are the same thing, but depending on which cuisine you're eating it, it is called different things. So coriander is usually related to Asian cuisine. So your Thai and other cuisines, they're gonna have coriander. But your maybe more Western type of cuisines like Mexican, they're gonna have cilantro. And I love cilantro. I think it is one of the best things on earth, like better than people, better than a lot of things. I love cilantro. And I guess that means that I also love coriander. So this doesn't necessarily scream like realistic coriander, cilantro, and this does kind of have the soapy properties that sometimes people who dare hate cilantro swear that it tastes like soap. So I don't know if when I burn it, if it's going to take on a different scent, but I pulled it out of my collection and I'm excited to try it. I don't think a month would be a candle month if I didn't try at least one Yankee candle. Hashtag Yankee Candle Fan for life. That's a really long hashtag. But this is one of my favorite Yankee candle scents of their current collection. I burned it maybe a year or two ago. It's one of the ones that's been returning now for maybe the 3rd season. And this is Warm Luxe Cashmere. And so Warm Luxe Cashmere actually was debuted, I think, the same year that they retired Soft Blanket, which if you remember from Gray to me is this total dupe of Soft Blanket. I think Warm Luxe Cashmere was kind of Yankee's new take on Soft Blanket. Soft Blanket had been out for quite a long time, and unfortunately for me, I didn't find out about it until towards the last few years that it was available, and then it got retired. But I think, like I said, it was their new take on Soft Blanket, so some of the notes are a little bit different, but it still invokes that same type of, you know, warm, casual comfiness. And so I'm just going to tell you what the notes are. So the top notes are vanilla cream, winter iris, velvet petals, and warm cashmere. I think the mid notes are amber silk and sandalwood, and the mid note is patchouli. And I wrote them down in a weird order, so that might not be the correct total top, mid, and base, but those are all the notes that make up this candle. And it actually shares quite a few of the same notes as gray. So we have amber, we have sandalwood, we have patchouli, there's vanilla. So you can see that there's kind of a relating theme in the notes of both these candles, and I think it's really great that I pulled them out in the same month, because that way there's kind of a continuous nature of the candles, even though they're from two different manufacturers. So I'm definitely really excited to burn this. And the last thing that I have is from Yankee, but it's actually not a candle, and it is this Yankee Candle diffuser in the scent of spiced pumpkin. Now, I bought this at some point at the Yankee Candle outlet store, and the one thing that I find that's really interesting, and I think a lot of people that shop the outlets might understand where I'm coming from, is that the diffusers that they sell at the outlet always seem to be more interesting, and the bottles are more intricately decorated than the ones that they sell in the retail store. So the ones they sell in the retail store, kind of boring. Just gonna put that out there. They're boring. But I think some of the artwork and designs that you can find on the ones available in the outlets are really cool, and sometimes I want to buy them, not because I'm into diffusers, not because I'm into the scent, but I really think the bottle is beautiful, and you can always reuse a bottle. So this one is like, it's definitely a wrap. It's not artwork, but the back of it has the pumpkins so that you can see through, and then the sides have a pumpkin. And it says it's hand decorated glass. So maybe that is paint. I'm not sure. I haven't taken it out yet. And the one thing I will say, so this, I've had this for quite some time, boxed like this from when I purchased it. They did a really great job of packaging it, because I have definitely knocked this off of a bar, the top of a bar, and onto a tile floor in this packaging, and it survived. I was cringing as I peered over, thinking, it's gonna be shattered. I'm gonna have to deal with fragrance oil. This is not good. No, it was perfectly fine. So thank you, Yankee, for having really good packaging on this so that it didn't smash when I was very clumsy. So those are the candles and one diffuser that I am going to be picking from for the month of November of 2019. If you liked this video or found any information helpful, please think about giving this video a thumbs up. And until next time, I hope you guys all stay well. Bye!